Well, girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a coin. Today's gonna be what's happening. What's happening here? Yes, I like to do that on Mondays just to have a flavor of the week, but it doesn't really matter when you're watching it. If you're watching it now, it's probably meant to be. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Part number one, what's happening? Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Moon. Oh my goodness, major thing here coming up. Indeed. Yes, I think it could be that you knew that with that person there was a connection and then nothing happened. You were in parallel for each other, with each other. You may have been on a pause, a breakup, whatever, or you didn't hear from that interview or the contract or the partnership. And suddenly everything come back together and stronger than ever. So it could be a power couple, it could be a dream team, it can be the one, the whole shebang. Okay, so we do have someone who will say, I want you, one way or another, someone who will come towards you, and you are the Empress energy as a result. Male, female, doesn't matter. Okay, so you're more on the receiving end, and that person or that organization is contacting you, coming towards you. Okay, so at the end, what happened during that pause was probably an introspection. So you both had to look within and wonder, okay, can I do this? Am I ready for that? What can I learn? What is the lesson? And from that, then you can have a better understanding of the situation. But you can move forward and then things start to come together as a result. I don't know why I want one more, it's quite clear. But yes, Empress energy, you are waiting. You see, Two of Wands, you could have a choice between two. But I think you are in a position when you actually stand by and you wait for the situation to be resolved or for the person to come towards you. So there's nothing for you to do, just be on standby, waiting without waiting. You just do you continue in your life, living your life as normal, okay? But that person, and we know that for a fact, is coming towards you, okay? So we have confirmation here that you are in Empress energy, and that it can be male, female, doesn't matter. Okay, so let's have a hidden trust oracle. We have quite a few decks, and we're gonna look at an oracle as well. Okay, let's have a look. What do we have? Just being near you is intoxicating, of course, absolutely, and that's why that person is coming towards you, because they know. But to be fair, they knew all along. And this card can be that you come back together, be very truly happy, or it could also be that you have an enormous amount of success. Is abundance of money, success, you name it. And obviously it can be a beautiful relationship altogether. Absolutely stunning. But you know, it's not it's a no-brainer for you, because you already feel that. It's nothing new. You just felt like from the beginning when you first met, you just knew there was something magical, and you were right, okay? So what do we have here? Imagine, clearly visualize the life you want. Feel it in your heart and soul, and so it will come to be. Absolutely. Imagine. The power of the mind is enormous here. As you're waiting, waiting in despair, you knowing that I know every day I'm getting closer to this success, or I'm getting close to that person, and I know it's happening. So you are on standby, but you're not just doing nothing. You are there appreciating everything coming in due time. Everything has a logic, and you're right, absolutely. Sometimes it's not the timing you choose, it's more, I mean, most of the time it's the timing choosing you, and that's okay. You have to accept that. Okay, so this one is, which one is that one? The healing mantra. What do we have? My choices determine how brightly I shine. You see, it's about choosing, it's about knowing, it's about imagining, visualizing, expressing free will. Yeah, you do have free will. I don't know if you can see. You don't have to do anything particularly if you don't want to, of course. But I think you have the free will also to wait and to know something nice is cooking. And I think you absolutely get it. Of course, there is free will, but the choice, that person is going to make the choice. You can choose not to accept the Emperor energy. I doubt it. But you can, obviously. So what do we have? Ask for your need to be met. You see, there is a connection, there's a conversation between you and the universe all the time. God and the angel or universe can come to your head, not your head, to your head only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God, universe, for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. There is a free will, we get that. And you have to choose, you have to ask, you have to imagine. Yeah, is you also asking for help. Sometimes we want to do it all by ourselves, or simply because we're not used to have support. So it's not because you're too proud to ask. Some people are, but I think it's more because you just normally on your own. So you just, carry on. The thing is, you also ask the universe, because universe will always respond. Okay, so there's not a certain way or formula to ask. Just ask. I mean, in your own words. That's it. I mean, universe understand you. Universe created you. So, of course, they're going to get your message and your memo for sure. On this note, let's have number two. Pile number two. Number two. Pile number two, what's happening? Death. Eight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So don't be afraid by death. Death is a rebirth. So we had to close the door, or maybe you finish an employment to start a new one, or you finish a relationship to maybe start a new one, but also maybe transform that previous relationship in something better. What I would say is someone wants to communicate with you, and it's going to be ongoing conversation, and it's not about the weather. We are talking about what we want to do together in the future, blah, blah, blah. Also, there is someone inevitably who wants to say, I love you and I'm sorry. Someone is coming towards you, So I think you had to let go maybe of the need to be proactive on this one. You just had to let it be. And sometimes that is a difficult thing. You have, after winter, you have summer. You don't need to do anything. It will happen naturally. That's it. So that rebirth will happen, and that person will come to you with an offer or an apology, because it's meant to be, because it's the right time. It's time for you to have a conversation, and that's all good. Conversation that will be very passionate, but in a nice way, not drama. Not about the drama. It's more about, let's talk about this, let's have a conversation, let's see what can be done. Okay, so it's a very passionate, a lot of positive impulse, but it's also very nice and gentle, in the sense of we want to make it work. Okay, so one more. What do we have here? Bingo. Celebration, yes. Getting engaged, yes. Being surrounded by people who are like-minded, yes. So we have all of those enormous sign here. It's time to talk. Maybe you don't feel like it, maybe you don't see it, because you still kind of like everything crumble. I really don't see how that works. Don't worry, the universe has a plan, and you just have to allow it. That's it. Okay, so trying to be also as positive as you can. I know sometimes when you're finishing a relationship, you might not feel like, party time, but trying to see it in a positive way. Maybe it was a thing that we needed to go through in order to understand who we are, what we stand for, and what we want. So take it as a positive. Anything that happened to you, you have a choice. You can see it positively or negatively. It's up to you. But what will bring you a better future is trying to see things as positive as possible. If you have to cry because it is too much, feel free. But don't stay and don't marinate in that. Feel the emotion and carry on. Okay, that's what I would say. Let's have the hidden truth of it. Yeah. Don't deny your emotion. If you feel like you're heartbroken, okay? So feel it, but don't stay on that one, okay? Trying to move forward. What do we have here? We both know I'm not the one for you. Yeah, maybe at the time, and that's why something had to end. There had to be that breakup. So the breakup in himself is painful, but something new will come in. Either a new version of that relationship or a new person altogether. But I do think there is someone who you want to open the door to, and that will push you to have that conversation. So I don't have a problem. Maybe at the time you were not good for each other. Fair enough. There is timing, for everything. So you could not have that conversation at the time. Fair enough. Let it go. Cry the tears, and then just go through the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and then you see what happened. What do we have here? Creative potential. You see. You are by nature infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart desires. And that also means, if you feel the pain, feel it. Cry the tears, just do that. But then move to the next level. Don't marinate, okay? I'm not saying deny your pain. Feel it and move forward. Sun is coming, great. Okay, let's have one of those, always interesting as well. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am and discovering happiness. Yeah, you're going to be discovering happiness. That's going to be a lighter energy. And that's when you will realize, thank God that relationship went down and I met that person. Because you could be meeting on a social event, on a gathering, you could meet somebody who is actually more ready to open their heart than the previous one. Yes, absolutely. And allow yourself to be content. Because if you are appreciating what you have, good or bad at the moment, even if you go through a difficult time, I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful for the fact that I opened my eyes and I absolutely see what's going on instead of lying to myself. Sometimes you just have to go through the pain. It's like giving birth, it's just not going to be nice and easy. No, it won't. But what you have as a result is a beautiful baby. So give birth to yourself. Maybe it's a new version of yourself. Maybe it's challenging to say, no, it's not working like that. I don't want this connection. I don't want this job anymore. I want something else. So just open the door to something else or somebody else. Bingo, right? So quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you will have more clarity about what to do next. Yeah, have a pause, have a moment. Sometimes, that is part of the death thing. You have to switch off. You have to reboot the computer. So take a moment just to breathe, just like bring it down, have a moment, and maybe be with other people, but in a quiet way. Maybe it doesn't have to be go dancing, but be with people who love you, understand you, and cherish you, and want the best for you. So you don't need to be in defense mode. You can just be. And that is being quiet. Be safe. I don't need to protect myself. And then things will naturally come to your mind and you will naturally move to the next level with that person or with a new person. But you will have that pause. You need to have that pause. Otherwise, you don't really know what you want, where you stand. You also need to get rid of all those emotions that's been undiscussed and untold. You have to experience them, and then you make some space for something new to come in. But be aware of what you feel. Allow yourself to feel it, but don't marinate in them. Be quiet take a moment, and then let's go. Let's move forward. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I see you tomorrow. Ciao.